Sao Paulo side maximum support in this game. So Rai, the captain and goal scorer, Stoichkov, the character and goal scorer, as we are ready now to start the second half. The wind beginning to get stronger here at the National Olympic Stadium. The sun still shining, but it's a cool atmosphere, but a pretty hot one out on the pitch. Vitor knocks it into the middle. Ferrer to Koeman, and it will be interesting to find out what points the two coaches made. Guardiola pushing through the middle, picked up easily by Pintado, and that's a bad one by Cafu as Laudrup tries to get forward, and his ankles were rattled by Cafu. The referee says play on. No foul. This is Muller and Ferrer, who had a fantastic personal contest during the course of the first half, and that's the way it started in the second half. Good play by Ronaldo. Ferrer takes it away. No, yes, that's a free kick. Well, Johan Cruyff was saying before the game that the bench is much too far away from the action. There's an 8-lane running track between him and the pitch, and he wants to get closer so that he can shout at the players. Of course, the referee wasn't too happy about that being illegal. Now Vichka to Beguristain. Vichka trying to chip it into the middle to Bakero, who's done well. Back to Laudrup, who's playing off the front two. Wide is Eusebio. Amor tries to support him. This is Guardiola. Vichka again. Looking for Beguristain wide on the left. And Bakero controls beautifully. This is great play by Barcelona, but can Sao Paulo keep them out? Chased by Amor. And a goal kick. So good attacking, good possession play, but in the end, good defending by Sao Paulo. And that will please Tele Santana. Muller, who was something of a failure in Italy, couldn't really do much when he played for Torino, but he's doing plenty here. The wind, I think, is certainly going to have an effect, and possibly the sun will have an effect on the goalkeeper at the left-hand end. You can see how long the shadows are becoming as it drops rapidly, and with it, normally the temperature here in Tokyo at this time of the year. As Rai chips one forward, looking for Cafu. Cafu has it. Up against Beguristain. Here's Vitor. Cafu's gone down. Vitor crosses. It's a good one. It's away by Amor. Laudrup holds it up. Stoichkov on the left here. Laudrup gets away down the left-hand side. Good interception by Ronaldo. With a powerful game. Well, there's a weak pass there by Palinha, and it looked as if there might be an opening for Muller. Guardiola and Beguristain gets it through somehow to Amor. Vichka and Laudrup now on the left-hand side. Constant interchanging by Barcelona players, with zone marking by Sao Paulo, except in the case of Cerezo, who's sticking tight with Bakero all the time. Now that goes. Well, over the years in the Toyota Cup, we've had 2 matches decided on penalties in 85 and 88, 2 matches decided in extra time in 83 and 87. The last South American win here was 1988. We've had 3 consecutive European wins, 2 by AC Milan, 1 by Red Star. But this one, a 1-1, is very much in the balance. Here's Beguristain. Stoichkov. Vaquero has now gone into the striking position. Zebio into Amor. Guardiola. Good ball to Lauga. A little bit too tight. Right, does well. Off balance to get it away. Paulinho picks it up. This is good play with Muller on the left. Ferrer gets over to him fast. And Ferrer is so quick. Muller's not completely successful control lets him in. Vaquero to Stoichkov. Now they're putting the pace up. As Stoichkov goes for another one. Nothing like as good a strike, or indeed as good a possibility as the one in the 12th minute. No danger for Zetti. Goalkeeper Armelino Donizetti Polizito. Bit of a relief to us all that he cuts it down to Zetti. Now Cerezo. Forward goes Cafu. Cafu's got the pace. Vizca's got to be careful here. And Vizca does well. Protects the ball over the line. Well, it's interesting that a couple of substitutes are warming up for Barcelona, including Goycochea here. And he's getting stripped. Guardiola looking for space over that right-hand side. Ferrer and Eusebio. In for Guardiola return. Having to chase. Does well, but a lot of Sao Paulo players behind the ball. Now they close up, and they might get it back here. Good play by Pintado as a chip over the top, and he tried to do a Stoichkov there, but he didn't do it anything like as well from about twice the distance. Now here's the substitution. Goycochea coming on, and Vaquero coming off. Goycochea, the player of the year in the 1991 season. Vaquero, who's been kept very quiet by Cerezo, who's had a very good first half of the season for Barcelona, but he hasn't been so dominant here. Goycochea, wide player, can be used as a defender, but goes straight into the right wing position here. And gets a very, very bad pass, does brilliantly to keep it in. Paulinho loses it. Goycochea wins it back again. And Amor looked as if he was fouled. Wasn't. Referee keeps the game going. It's certainly been a characteristic of the game so far. But I think also we can notice how strong what was a breeze at the beginning of the game has become, blowing from right to left in Barcelona's favour. Goycochea has gone into the middle. Stoichkov is wide on the left. Stone has gone in the middle as well. As they try to snap at Vizca. Stone. Vizca does well. Amor. Now. Goycochea. One against one. Gets away from his man. Needs support. Finds it from Guardiola. Guardiola might go and have a dive here. Chip forward to Stone, and the cross wasn't quite good enough. Difficult volley from Stone. Could in fact have brought it down. Lovely ball from Guardiola, picked him out here. He had time, he could have knocked it into Stoichkov, but he would have been offside. Something of a social occasion here at the National Olympic Stadium. It's grown in popularity, the Toyota final, and so indeed has soccer here. They're the Asian Cup winners, of course, Japan. They'll be staging the under-17 tournament in '93, as well as starting professional football themselves. It's really taking off here, and they hope, of course, to stage the World Cup in 2002. They have a lot of support for that. But it's Sao Paulo picking up the threads here against the wind as Muller is balked by Guardiola, and I would have thought that's close to a yellow card. Muller trying to get away from Ferrer, but he can't get away from the attentions of two Barcelona players. Free kick. Santana wants to come and help him. Now he can drive it over. Vitor getting into the danger area. It's a pawn in the end, comfortably cleared by Victor, and they win it back again. Although Stoichkov again robs it. Oh, that's a poor pass. And there was a foul there, but the referee allowed play to go on, and that's a balk by Stoichkov, and that again is close to the yellow card. He's a player who does tend to go over the top. Now he'll speak to the referee and trying to say things he shouldn't do. You have to be very, very careful, particularly as he speaks in broken Spanish to obviously a Spanish speaker. So another free kick. This is Vitor again. It's Sao Paulo pushing forward, driving it in. Goalkeeper's in trouble and knocked away by Ferrer. And it's Barcelona who are wobbling. The side who attack like aristocrats and sometimes defend like peasants. Corner knocked in again. And put back to the goalkeeper. He had to let it go. If he'd have picked that up, it would have been an indirect free kick, but the captain thought very quickly and he let it go. That was a back pass, and of course the instinct is to pick it up. He didn't, and it's a corner. But it could have been far worse. Another one with Zubi Serena calling out instructions as Vitor knocks it in, and straight into the arms of the captain. And relief. He gets them moving fast. They go Stein. Laudrup. Gorkachev wide on the right. Stoichkov wide on the left. Laudrup drives. No. And now it's Zeta's turn to get his side going forward fast. Bride to Palinha. To Vitor. Cafu is playing on this right-hand side at the moment still. Can't get away from Victor though. Adilson to Ronaldo. Easily won by Ferrer. He's very quick. Gokachev to Amor. Good ball to Begiristain. Stoichkov to Laudrup. Gokachev wide on the right. Offside. Whistle goes. Flag raised by the Japanese linesman. There's a lot of interchange of position by both teams, but it looks to me as if Rai is playing farther forward now, trying to support Muller a little bit more. Here's Rai. To Cerezo. Oh, it's a fine ball. He's onside. And this is Ronaldo Luis. And there's a chance here. Great goalkeeping as two players went in. Muller and Palinha denied by a great piece of captain's work by Dudu Zareta. And that is a yellow card at least for Cerezo as Laudrup went forward. The old hand resorting to an underhand trick. As the game again rushed headlong from one end to the other. So Cerezo, a veteran of World Cups, Italian football, Brazilian championships, making the line of the least resistance there when Laudrup burst past him. And a free kick with Koeman behind it with winged assistance. Played it wide to Victor. Victor gets it into the middle, and it's away inevitably by Ronaldo. Laudrup, Palinha, Ronaldo Luis, Goikacheas come back to win it. Ferrer. Eusebio. Guardiola. Back they get into their rhythm. Vitska, Begiristain and Stoichkov in the middle. Free kick. gives rare opportunities to play in a starting lineup for Barcelona with 4 foreigners here. There's only 2 allowed in Spain. And rumours that he might be leaving the club anyway pretty soon. He's got an opportunity here to put a free kick in with Stoichkov, Begiristain and Cruyff asking for him to tip it over the top. But here he gives it to Guardiola instead. He drives. He hits Pintado. Sergio picks it up again. Begiristain. Laudrup getting forward here, looking for the quick 1-2 in the return. Zamor gives it to Stoichkov. And more coming again. Strong challenge. A little bit untidy. Rugby scrum. An indirect free kick is given to Sao Paulo. They take it rapidly. Right. On the run is Cafu. He's got behind the defence here. If he can keep it in, he has Muller's in the middle. Palhinha's in the middle. So is Rai. Help here from Vitor. And Barcelona get players back so quickly. Vitor driving. And now it's Barcelona's turn to counter-attack. And it's Sao Paulo who could be in trouble. Oh, what a challenge by Cerezo. Play on, says the referee. Cerezo is quite grateful, otherwise that might have been another yellow card. Chip ball for Begiristain. Nothing. So the game is beginning to open up a little bit. There's more space in midfield. The marking not quite so tight. Vitska wins. Goycochea running for this one. Getting inside Ronaldo Luis. Ronaldo Luis does well. No back pass if possible here, of course. He's got to get himself out of trouble. Goycochea brings him down anyway. To many that he hasn't been used in the starting lineup for Barcelona quite so regularly this season. He had a wonderful season, particularly the season before last. Ronaldo, good control for the defender. Muller coming off his man Ferrer again. Ferrer sticks with him. Cerezo. Space for Palhinha. They're playing some football now. And in comes Rai. Rai has a chance here. He almost got past the defender. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving. And it ran too strong for him. Out came Gudizello. But Rai definitely playing much farther forward now. So it means more space in midfield. Forward goes Stoichkov. A little bit too strong. I wonder if the fact that Barcelona had control of this game early on, but haven't got control of it now, is playing on their minds. This apparently happened in the game against Barcelona and La Coruña in Spain in August, when they lost 4-1. Forward goes Cafu. Right, certainly getting into the game much more as an attacker now. Zebio and Begiristain looking for more help from Vitska. And the linesman says the ball again. Barcelona 12 league titles. Big gap between 60 and 90, and now seem to be dominating the situation, certainly running the scene in Spain, but they're not running the scene here as Ronaldo Luis comes in, finds Palhinha towards Cerezo. Cerezo playing with his ball, but now it's Barcelona who can counter-attack. Laudrup, Stoichkov on his left. Goycochea wide on the right. It's a good ball, but it's too strong, and I think the wind is not helping him at the moment. Lineker being involved in running interviews with MTV while his wife watches the game. And Barry Lineker, of course, playing for Grand Passate in the coming season, but he will also be required to learn Japanese and do a bit of television work. Meanwhile, there's a hold up here for an injured Barcelona player and a chance to get a bit of liquid. It's Guardiola who's hurt, which is bad news for Barcelona and possibly bad news for Spain. They're playing Latvia in midweek in the European qualifier. Guardiola has pushed himself not only into the limelight of Barcelona but into the Spanish team too, but he's recovered. One thing about jet lag is most of the coaches claim he needs a lot of liquid. One of the few Barcelona-born and reared players in this Spanish side. Wind holding that one up from Zeti. Guardiola knocks it back to Koeman. It's not well done, and Muller's away here. There's a chance here for Sao Paulo, and it's too strong for Rai. Knocked back in again by Cafu, and it's Barcelona who get away with it. Vizca does well. Good play, but a near miss for Sao Paulo. We look at the spaces here for Laudrup. Goes to Chair on the right, Pedro staying on the left, and another attempt to chip it over Zeti. Laudrup hasn't had too many direct shots. The player, of course, who scored for Juventus when they won here against Argentina's juniors. He hasn't had many opportunities on this occasion. There is a bit of space here for Eusebio. It's a good drive. Looked good when it left his foot, but Zeti wasn't bothered. Named after the famous Portuguese player, Sacristan is his real name. Not quite the finishing power of the famous Portuguese international. See how long the shadows are now as the sun drops. Offside. The season coming to an end for Sao Paulo. They have the second leg of the Paulista final. They won the first one 4-2. Then they'll have something of a break, and no doubt a number of these players will be sold. Economics not so good in Brazil. It's a pity they'll have to break up, but Rai in possession at the moment is likely to lead the exodus. Ronaldo Luis looking for a ball into the middle towards Miller. Not deep enough. And it's Amor gets it to Goicoechea. Nice one to Guardiola. Still, the quality of technique and interpassing is very, very hard. Laudrup. Stoichkov just ahead of him. Trying to get it through the legs of Cerezo. Play on. Goicoechea, 1-against-1. This is dangerous for Sao Paulo. Good play by Ronaldo Luis. And it's Paulinho with the ball, but that was a poor pass into midfield. A tired one. And Barcelona build up again, starting from Koeman now. Oh, and threaded through well to Laudrup. Tony Bruins, another Dutchman, is allowed to smoke, but Johan Cruyff, having suffered from heart problems, has been banned at cigarettes. He used to get through a couple of packets during the course of a match. There are ugly rumours that he does in secret have the odd puff, but we're pleased to say that after heart surgery, he's looking pretty fit. Certainly plays well in training sessions. Buristain to Vizca. Guardiola, Laudrup, Koeman with Ferrer open on the right-hand side. Koeman decides to go the other way. Laudrup will close him up. Only Muller not behind the ball now for Sao Paulo. Stoichkov tries to turn it. And there's a free kick. And Stoichkov has won an opportunity possibly for Ronald Koeman, and I think you can hear the anticipation in the 62,000 crowd here as Sao Paulo protest about the Argentines' decision, but it won't matter because it looks as if Ronald Koeman, who won the European Cup final from a position almost exactly like this, might have a chance to strike. It could also be a decoy, knock it square for Amor particularly to have a go. But the referee pushing the Sao Paulo line back. Zeti trying to get things lined up, and he knows there's real danger here. Koeman strikes! Well, it's like a conjurer. They know he's going to do the trick, and when it doesn't quite work, there's an element of disappointment, but an element of relief too. That was coming down fast, but Zeti had it covered. Koeman, who scored many more goals in the previous 2 seasons for Barcelona, he's got a couple of penalties and 1 free kick this season. 26 minutes gone in this second half of the 13th Toyota Cup final. They're also playing, of course, for the Intercontinental Cup. It's been in contention since the 60s. Forward goes Rai, there's a chance here, Rai's in! As Zubizarreta came out ill-advisedly, and Rai let it run on, but Vichka got it away and gets it forward to Laudrup. Now it's Barcelona to attack with Stoichkov. No foul. Stoichkov goes down at the least opportunity. Forward comes Cafu. Cafu beats Guardiola. Amor did brilliantly there. Stoichkov. Figueiredo's gone down the middle, but he holds it up, waiting for support. Guardiola beginning to look a little bit tired. Barcelona came here comparatively late. Sao Paulo had 6 days preparation in Tokyo, a lot of hard training. Barcelona didn't really have time. Came here on Thursday for a Sunday game. Laudrup. Guardiola. Again, Sao Paulo get players behind the ball. The marking not quite as tight as Amor goes for it. Knocks it wide to Goycochea. Ronaldo Luis gets through him. Goycochea. Ronaldo and Cerezo comes away with it. Forward goes Muller. But Ferrer is very, very quick. Of course he can't pick it up. Well, cleverly done by Zubizarreta. New back pass rule. Not supported by Cruyff, but it has encouraged goalkeepers to play a little bit more football when they need to. Vichka and Laudrup opening it up here. Vichka getting down the left-hand side, into trouble, rather naively. There were very few players forward for Sao Paulo, having to work it slowly. Free kick. Cerezo wasn't expected the last goal of this game, but at age 37, his legs were expected to go first, but he's looking as strong as ever. Some of the passes a little bit more misdirected. Aldison offside as Cafu tried to get forward. Good discipline by Barcelona. The old hand, Cerezo, acting as a traffic policeman now. Koeman to Vichka. 2 Dutch will be playing in the World Cup against Turkey in midweek. And that's a poor pass straight to Palinha. Cerezo gets forward on the left-hand side. Rai and Muller on the right-hand side. Now Muller can get in here. Rai gets in and off the inside footing for Zubizarreta for a corner. And Barcelona were wide open. The goalkeeper saves them again. Should he have pulled it back or should he have shot? Well, he came close to getting it through the legs of the goalkeeper. 30 minutes almost of the second half gone, and it's Sao Paulo pushing forward with a score at 1-1. Goalkeeper stuck on the line. Away well by Pereira. Cafu and Vitor. Vitor, they've got real pace here. Vitor's done brilliantly. Guardiola brings him down. And nobody liked that much. Pintado is coming across to help Vitor. Vitor says, I don't want any help. Cerezo is trying to bring Ronaldo forward. Ronaldo doesn't want to know. And it's a poor one in the end by Vitor. Cerezo chasing hard. Cafu as well. Muller. Muller brought down. Pereira. And Barcelona are beginning to look a bit ragged at the edges. Muller had passed his man there, and the Argentine referee a little bit generous as Ronaldo Luis shakes for this one. Paulinho on the near post, and forward went Muller. It bounced away from him. There was an opportunity there, but Barcelona again escape. The play has been positive in the second half. Not quite as frantic, not quite as fast, but possibly the best chances have fallen to the Brazilians. With 31 minutes of the second half gone, extra time and possibly penalties, of course, if we're level at the end of 90 minutes. Goicoechea, Lauda, space for Lauda, space for Goicoechea on the right-hand side. It's a good cross. And a header by Adilson. Cerezo is back to help sweep up. Quality of the crosses by both sides. Not quite as good. Linesman's flag is up over the far side. And that must have been an illegal throw. So we go back again. Now tiredness will certainly be a factor. Well into the last quarter of an hour of this game. Paulinho knocks it back to Adilson. Rai, lovely control for a big man, and a fine ball forward. Muller to Paulinho. Now it's Barcelona's turn to get back. Cerezo, right, and now it's Cafu, and offside. The flag was up. It wouldn't have counted. It almost went in. Cerezo doesn't get many of those, but sad to say, it wouldn't have counted. The linesman had said offside, and he was right. Cerezo was offside when that ball was struck. But no doubt about it, it's Sao Paulo who are taking the initiative. And the great danger is, of course, they'll let in Stoichkov, Lauda or Goicoechea with a little bit of lack of concentration. But they're doing well here. Vitor to Rai. Not a good ball, but he diverts it. And it's Paulinho. Paulinho through. He's brought down on the edge of the area. Free kick. And now it's a chance for Brazil to see if they can do a Ronald Koeman. And Rai is possibly the man to do it. Cruyff a worried man now. Paulinho certainly got through there and was shot down. Well, we have the possibilities of Cafu and Rai. We have Stoichkov. We have another substitution about to be made, but the referee says it's not going to be made until this kick is taken. And what can Rai, the Brazilian captain, conjure up here? Rai tips it. Oh, what a goal! What a brilliant goal! Júlio César just stood there, and a smile from the old hand signals the fact that they are in the lead. Sao Paulo did a Ronald Koeman, but they did it Brazilian style. The stadium erupts. Rai has done what Ronald Koeman did for Barcelona in the European final. He's put them in the lead with a delightful free kick. Zubizarreta just watches. Absolutely stupendous play. Brazil at its best. Well, that puts a couple of million on his price, I would have thought, and knocks a few years off Tele Santana's age. 61 when the game started. He'll be a young man at the moment. But now Barcelona will do their attacking. The irony is they were trying to make a substitution at that time. Now they're going to make it. It's going to be Nadal who comes on. It's Begaristain who comes off. The irony is that in the European Cup final, Johan Cruyff was about to make a substitution involving Nadal, and then the free kick came up and it was popped in. Now, circumstances are very, very different. So here's another free kick with Koeman chipping it forward and put away for a corner. So, a goal in 79 minutes means we're going to have a hectic finale here. It's too strong. And now Sao Paulo must feel that they are within sight of victory here on the strength of Rai's 79th minute free kick. Second goal of the game. And I wonder who'll be the man of the match if the score stands like this. Right, little flick on to Muller. Muller and Ferreira. Ronaldo Luis looking for Cafu out here. Vitska. Cafu does well. Cafu doing brilliantly and brought down by Vitska. Well, certainly Barcelona have looked tired. They look irritable with some of these challenges. They've conceded free kicks and they've paid the price. Now, too much to ask for another one, surely. The angle, not as good. The accuracy of Rai, not quite as good either. Now another substitution imminent. It's Gino, a midfield player who will want to come on, possibly I would have thought for Cerezo, but we'll have to wait and see. Challenge there by Pintado, the holding player in midfield, doing the Guardiola role, if you like, for Sao Paulo. He's done it very, very well indeed. Game held up while the substitution is made. This is Gino, a 26-year-old midfield player. Off comes Cerezo. He's played his part. The 37-year-old hand back in Brazilian football looks as if he might have joined them at a very, very happy time. The game has restarted. Barcelona have got to get back into it very, very fast indeed. Nadal was in there. Nadal has pushed up in a striking position. Looks like Cerezo was hurt, but at the moment Barcelona trying to do the damage. 6 minutes on our clock. Perhaps a little bit of time added on from the Argentine referee as Gino gets it away, but doesn't get it away very well. Rai gets a foot in. Tough one. And a free kick. Everybody backpedals for Sao Paulo. They're in a desperate hurry now, Barcelona, as Vitska pumps it in. Nadal is in there competing. We did well to get away from the Barcelona player and indeed win the free kick. They can keep possession, then there's no reason why the 13th Toyota Cup shouldn't be theirs. Guardiola again caught out Cafu gets away again as the referee allowed play to go on. Muller's at the back post. It's a poor cross. It could have wrapped the game up there. Ronaldo Luis is in there. It's away by Amor. Nadal picks it up, but they're in disarray here, Barcelona. No doubt about that. The Brazilians are running the show. It should have been all over. Well, 5 minutes on the stadium clock. Amor, Nadal, Stoichkov, they need a little bit of brilliance from him, but Sao Paulo are biting hard in the tackle. Side who perhaps in Brazil aren't as popular as Corinthians in their part of the world, aren't as successful as Santos, but now they're showing that they have all the qualities of a great side. They went behind early on, they kept their nerve, and now if they can hang on for another 4 minutes, they will get a couple of trophies here and a world title. Right, looking for Cafu, chased by Miller. Noticeable with Wright pushing forward more, and Cafu, the 11 and 10. There have been many more opportunities for Sao Paulo in the second half, although of course they've had to concede something in midfield. But it looks like being an anxious few moments for both coaches. And Human could end up on the losing side twice. Guardiola, well won by Ronaldo. And ball, but play on. Bitsko. 3 minutes on our clock. Blocked by Rai. The throw in. Bruins, the assistant coach, quickly gets it back in possession for Barcelona. They're a great team, Barcelona, but they had some awful things happen to them even this season. Defeat when they should have beaten CSKA in the European Cup. They look to be in control of this game, but leading certainly, and they're now up against it. Stoichkov been very quiet in the second half. Bitsko, not a good cross, and Vitor has time if he can keep it in. And just nicely hooked forward. Nadal chases. Play on. Gino to Cafu. Cafu, brilliantly done. And a foul by Ferrer and a yellow card. Coming thick and fast, the untidy challenges by Barcelona. They're out of sorts, there's no doubt about it. They lost their rag, and it looks as if they might lose more here. Nadal, well beaten by Adilson, who with Renato has had a good game at the back. Two-man, pumping one forward quickly. Goalkeeper comes for it. Zeti has had a quiet time in the second half. Two minutes on our clock. 2-1 to Sao Paulo. And it's going to be a long, long journey back for 10 of these Barcelona players as they head towards international football, unless they can get back into the game here. Ronaldo gets the ball away. It's a throw in. Goicoechea wants to get onto it quickly, but he needs support. Gets it from Zebio. Zebio pumping it in towards Nadal. Knocks it down to Laudrup. Back in and offside. Stoichkov has eased forward too quickly. And now the smiles of first half are disintegrating into scowls. A minute of normal time. Celebrations already from the very large contingent of Sao Paulo supporters. Referee in the way there. Banged forward by Adilson. Time for Zubizarreta, who has in fact saved his side in the course of a fairly hairy second half. Nadal wins it in the air, but there's no shape, there's no passion to Barcelona's play. Unless somebody's going to do something brilliant, like Laudrup or Stoichkov, They're going to lose this one. Great play. Right, almost put in possession. Oozing around the ground as Cafu did the old bicycle kick. Fuller's in there to make life difficult. It's a bit scrappy, but that will suit Sao Paulo. Coming up to 90 minutes now.